So in this class, we have seen that the definition of reflection and concept of reflection, that whenever the light ray uh, passes through one medium to another, then there is change in its path or deviation in its path due to the change in speed in different medium. So such phenomenon in which the light passes from one medium to another and changes from its actual path, such phenomenon is known as reflection of light. And the main cause of refraction is the speed of light is different in different medium, right? Now, what are the types of medium and what is medium? Medium for light. So medium for light is called optical medium. Since related phenomena, light related phenomena are called optical phenomena. So optical medium. So any medium in which light can travel or light can pass through are known as optical medium. So what are optical medium? Any medium through which light can pass through or travel is called optical medium. Optical medium. Now, since we know that the speed of light would be different in different types of medium, therefore the speed of light will be different in different medium. So therefore there should be two types of optical medium, right? Based on comparison. One is called optically rarer medium, and another is called denser medium. Now, what do we understand by the optically rarer medium? Such optical medium.
Light can pass through easily.
Yes, sir. Such medium in which speed of light is maximum. In which speed of light is more as compared to another medium. क्योंकि refraction होने के लिए what is necessary? Two medium should be necessary. Then and that refraction can occur. Only for single medium, refraction will not occur. So such medium in which speed of light is more as compared to another is called optically rarer medium, right? So in simple words, we can say the medium through which light can pass very easily would be the optically rarer medium. Similarly, opposite of it would be the optically denser medium. It means that medium in which speed of light is less as compared to another is called optically denser medium, right? So based on the medium, we also define the optical density. Optical density means more optical denser medium having more optical density, and more optical rarer means less optical medium means rarer medium means having less optical density, right? Less optical density. So it means density is less. It means light can pass through very easily. So those mediums which will be having the least optical density through which the light can pass through very easily. So more and more transparent medium, those would be the least having the least optical density, right? So based on this, we also define a term optical density. Optical density, right? So to express the optical density or the phenomenon through which we can express the optical density is called the physical quantity refractive index. So we are having one physical quantity known as refractive index, which will give us the scenario, or which will give us the explanation that which kind of density the medium is having. Whether the medium is optically rarer or whether the medium is optically denser, as whenever they would be compared, it would be mathematically calculated or measured by a physical quantity called refractive index, right? Refractive index is shown generally in physics by mu. In some textbook, it is also being referred by symbol small n, right? So in physics, we'll be preferring only the symbol mu. Now, how? There are two types of refractive index. One is called absolute refractive index, and another is called relative refractive index. Now I will be writing in short RI. RI means refractive index, right? So let's define first the absolute refractive index, then we'll be proceeding to the relative refractive index. So first let's define absolute refractive index. Symbol in general mu. So index, now I'm extending this heading so that you can remember absolute refractive index for a given medium. Now what will happen by this heading? Whenever some terminologies come or in numericals you will be using, you will be getting the idea that which kind of symbols we need to prefer, and you will not get confused, right? So let's define the, let's suppose we have given some medium, whether you can take a jar in which the water is present, or you can take a glass slab or plastic scale, whatever object you want through which the light can pass through, you can take it, and we are just defining the definition of refractive index, absolute refractive index for a given medium, right? So let's suppose I want to define the refractive index medium for water. So I will be taking the symbol mu W, or you can write mu H2O, or you can write mu water, like that, right? Depending on whatever symbols you are taking, right? So first of all, let's decide. In general, I'm taking the medium as M. So for medium M, I'm taking the absolute refractive index mu M. So absolute refractive index for a given medium is defined as the ratio of light in vacuum, the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in the medium. Let's suppose whatever, this is the glass slab, light was coming through air, and after refraction at this point of incidence, it bended in the glass slab. So in glass slab, obviously the speed is represented by Vg, and this is mu g. So we are talking about this mu g and Vg, and the speed of light in air, we know that it is given by the symbol c. Why? Because in the air or vacuum, speed of light is maximum. How much? 3 × 10⁸ meter per second. Got it? Now, so how to define the absolute refractive index? Absolute refractive index for a given medium is defined as speed of light in air or in vacuum to the speed of light in the given medium. Speed of light in that medium for which we are defining the absolute refractive index, right? It is represented by the symbol C, and let's suppose for a given medium we are representing the symbol by Vm. Then what formula we got? We are getting the formula mu m is equals to C by Vm, right? So this is the formula of absolute refractive index for a given medium M. Now let's take the example so that it would be more clear. Example, absolute refractive index of water. Mu W will be written as C upon VW. Done. Means whatever speed of light in water, value will be given to you in the numerical. You need to just divide it by C, right? C by VW. So C, what is the value of C? C is the fixed. C is having the fixed value, 3 × 10⁸ meter per second always. So this is defined. It means always we are taking the maximum. Why we are taking the speed of light in air? Because we know that the maximum, anything cannot be having the more speed beyond the air or vacuum. 10 to 10 to the power 8 meter per second. No object can achieve this that much speed. So this is the maximum. Based on this, we are defining, right? How the logic was there. See, we are getting this. The speed of light is more in air. It was less in what? Glass. Now we want to show that this, if this is the refractive index of glass, then obviously its optical density should be more. That's why the bending occur towards the normal. In previous class, I have explained this, right? So this is the optically denser medium. It was the optically denser medium, and air is optically rarer medium. Logic is based on this, right? So we are saying, we want to say, if this is denser, then I want to say it to be having more density. So it is having more density. So for how I can get the more density? If mu is the symbol, then by dividing V by C or C by V. So V or C will always be fixed. Now, if you will be taking the V more and more, this will be, because C is fixed, C is constant. If you will be taking V more and more, mu will be more and more. But we know that speed of light decreases, then it should increase. So what kind of relation we should have? We can't have this relation. That's why the formula has been taken C upon V. Otherwise, in most of the cases, whatever thing is taken with respect to should be kept in denominator. But in this case, with respect to air, we are talking about, but we are not placing it in a denominator. Why? The logic is behind this. Because we know that in the optical denser medium, the speed of light should be decreased. And we want to say that the density has been increased. It means what kind of relation they should have? They should have the inverse relation. So we can't write in that way. So logically, this formula is being designed. So the main thing was, based on this, mu was inversely proportional to V. Based on this logic. In whatever medium, if this was rarer, this was denser, the same thing will happen in every medium. So based on this, we can say, if I want to say that the denser medium is having the more density, then obviously the speed of light should be minimum. That means they should be have the inverse relation. And whenever some proportionality sign is removed, some constant come, and this constant come as V. Sorry, C. So that's how this formula becomes. Mu m is equals to C by Vm, although in textbooks, maximum textbooks, it's written directly, right? So I guess, hope you are getting this, that why this formula came and how it came. Now let's start another example. Example 2. If for medium 1, that means for M1, for medium M1, if I'll be talking about absolute refractive index, then it should be written as simply numerically mu1. Now you will be having the basic formula, because in books they write just only mu is equals to C by V. Then you will get confused where we are going to take the V1 and V2. I have clearly mentioned mu m, so instead of m, you have to put the sign 1. So mu1 is equals to C by V1. Then you got the absolute refractive index for the medium 1. Got it? Similarly, first part. Second part, for medium 2. Medium 2, let's suppose I'm mentioning it by M2 or simply M2 in that way. M2. Absolute refractive index would be defined as mu2 is equals to C by V2, right? I hope you are getting these concepts. Mu water, C by VW. Absolute refractive index of glass, mu g is equals to C upon Vg. So how many of you understood all the concept till now? Let's talk about now. We have just seen the absolute refractive index. Now let's talk about the relative refractive index. Now, what did we understand? Relative refractive index. It is the relative. Some relative might be uncle, auntie, something like that. So relative, whenever the word comes, relative means with respect to. With respect to. So what is the relative refractive index? It means we would be given the two mediums M1, M2, and we will be given two refractive indices. So we would be given two refractive indices, mu1, mu2. Then we want to define relative refractive index of one medium with respect to another. So I'm just mentioning the process. Let's suppose this is the medium M1. With respect to it, refractive index is mu1, speed of light is v1. Now this is not air, means you can say this would be air, but it could be another as well. It means it could be glass and another medium could be water. So two medium could be like that. So this would be the glass slab, and below this another is water. So it's not that every time one medium should be air, right? So in general, I'm taking first medium M1. With respect to that, absolute refractive index of the first medium is represented by mu1. Speed of light is represented by v1. Let's suppose after that, the bending will occur. This was the actual path. If the medium was not there, another medium was not there, the light ray should be passing through straight without any deviation. Right? It must be, but it won't because the medium is now changed. Let's suppose this is the second medium where the absolute refractive index is mu2 and the speed of light is v2. For the timing, let's just take it simple. That was the rarer and this is the denser medium. So what will happen? The bending would be towards the normal.
Towards the normal.
Right? This is the normal. It is understood now. Incident ray, refracted ray, right? Angle of refraction, angle of incidence, right? Now, there is particular symbol I would be assigning, and even in the textbook, they mention the particular symbols. So once we'll be dealing with one type of format, please take that symbol throughout in your physics, right? So here there could be two wordings: relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1, and another possibility would be relative refractive index of medium 1 with respect to medium 2. With respect to medium 2, right? There could be only two wordings for two mediums. Either the relative refractive index can be taken with respect to M1 or can be taken with respect to M2. So here I have written with respect to M1, here I have written with respect to M2. Now we will be representing this relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1 by this symbol 1 mu2, or another way is 1 mu2, and some textbook even represents 1 mu2. All meanings are same, but I always prefer this symbol. So throughout I'll be using only this symbol, right? Getting this? So 1 mu2. Now what does that mean? Let's go by logic. Relative refractive index of. Now I mentioned so many times, whatever things is with respect to in general is always taken in denominator. Always taken in denominator. So it means with respect to which medium we want to find the relative refractive
medium
with respect to 1. It means it should be mu1
with respect to mu1.
Mu1. So it means relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to refractive index of medium 1. So with respect to M1 means mu1 in denominator. Whatever is with respect to that should come in denominator. Here with respect to what? Medium 2. So I am taking mu2. For which we are finding? For medium 2. So it should be taken mu2. Similarly, it is we are finding for medium 1 with respect to 2. So medium 1 should be in numerator, and with respect to whatever we want to find should be kept in denominator. So for mu2 upon mu1, we have to read this language. Mu2 upon mu1 means how it could be read in wordings, relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. And I have given the symbol, or we have given the symbol in according to even textbooks, 1 mu2. So now, besides writing all the time that much lengthy wording, we will be representing in such a way. 1 mu2. 1 mu2 is equals to mu2 upon mu1. It means if I'll just substitute, remove this, then what you will get? Mu2. So it is mu2. So mu2, 2 upon 1. Why I prefer this, you will get to know in a short time. Relative refractive index 1 with respect to medium 2, mu1 upon mu2. What should be the symbol now? 2 mu1. It means 2 mu1 will be written as, you can just say in that way. It should be taken numerator. Mu1 upon mu2. It means refractive index of 1 with respect to refractive index of 2. How many of you got it? The concept of relative refractive index. So first of all, now we got to know the concept. 1 mu2 means mu2 upon mu1, refractive index of 2 with respect to 1. Similarly, 2 mu1 means mu1 upon mu2, refractive index of 1 with respect to 2. Now what should be the SI unit? Unitless, because both are the refractive indices. All right. Even here, if I'll check the absolute refractive index, it is not having any unit. So how there could be? So it is unitless, dimensionless quantity. Bahut badhiya. Let's move further. All right. So what we want to know, it is mu1 upon mu2. Okay, I was just showing that why I prefer this symbol. Quickly, let's define by this method, absolute refractive index method. If I'll ask, what is the refractive index, absolute refractive index of medium 1? Absolute
mu1 is equal to
refractive index
C
of
upon
medium
V1.
1. Just tell me, yes, mu1 is equals to, by this
C upon
formula,
V1.
C upon V1. Equation 1. Similarly, absolute refractive index of medium 2 should be mu2 is equals to C upon
2.
V2. C upon V2. I guess everyone got this. What do
Yes, sir.
what do I want, or what do we want? Let's suppose we want to know refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1. For 1 mu2, what I need to do? Mu2 upon mu1. It means I need to do
mu2 upon V1.
equation 2 divided by 1. So by 2 upon 1. Mu2 upon mu1. I will get it. So it will become C upon V2 divided by C upon V1. V1 will go into the numerator, V2 will come into the denominator, and C gets cancelled out. We are getting V1 upon V2. V1 upon,
Sir, उल्टा लिख दिया आपने शायद.
beta, just check it out again. I have written properly. Beta, check, is this showing the inverse relation or not?
Yes, sir.
So am I wrong or correct?
Correct.
Correct. Beta, see, no, this is A upon B divided by C divided by D. D will go into numerator, A into D, B into C, in that way. So V2 will come into denominator, V1 will go up, it will become in numerator.
Yes, sir.
Getting this? Mu2 upon mu1 is equals to V1 upon V2.
Yes,
and
sir.
the relation we are getting what? It is showing the inverse relation, yes or no?
Inverse relationship. Yes,
It
sir.
should show. It is showing, right? So everything is written properly. Now, if I'll be taking the one medium as air and another medium as water, right? As water or glass, you can say. If first medium is air, it means now I am taking the first medium is air. First medium is air. So can you tell me what should be the V1? For air, V1 will be C, yes or no?
C, yes, sir. 3
Yes,
into
sir.
10 to the power 8.
Right? Wording way. C means symbol base, sorry, C. And if second medium is water, okay, water, it means V2 should be written as VW. Yes, VW, right? Then place these values here. What do I get? Mu2 upon mu1. And instead of 1, I will be writing, I should remove something somewhere here. Okay. For 1, I am writing, what I am writing for first medium, M1, air. So A I will be writing. Air. So A mu W, right? For 1, I have replaced air. For 2, I have replaced by W, water. A mu W is equals to mu2 upon mu1. Mu W upon mu air is equals to what I am getting? V1 upon V2. What is V1? What is V1? C upon VW. Can you tell me what is C upon VW? What is C upon VW? Is it the absolute refractive index of water? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It means whenever with respect to air will be known as, it will become only the absolute. So can I say, instead of, if I replace A, mu W will become mu W? That's why I prefer this symbol. With respect to air, remove the air. Why? Because mu air will become always 1. Okay, let's find out quickly within a minute and we'll end the class. What should be the absolute refractive index of air? By the definition, mu air is equals to C upon V air. And V air is nothing but C. C and C gets cancelled out. Mu air is
1.
So it means for refractive air or vacuum, always the refractive index of air will be 1 always. How many of you got it?